I've been a full-time coach since 2016. Whoop, whoop, shout out to me. But I know many of you are on the same journey. You're wondering, how can you make the time for your coaching business? You're in luck because I'm going to give you some strategies starting right now. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time certified 7-figure life and business coach. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but I didn't always do this full-time. As many of you know, I did this on the side. I built my business for over 1.5 years on the side before I was able to quit my corporate job and do this full-time. I've been a full-time coach since 2016. Whoop, whoop, shout out to me. But I know many of you are on the same journey, and particularly you're struggling because you work a demanding corporate job, right? And you don't have a lot of time outside of your job, and you're wondering, how can you make the time for your coaching business? So if that's you, you're very serious about transitioning into a coaching career, but you're like, but I gotta work this corporate job in the meantime. What do? You're in luck because I'm gonna give you some strategies starting right now. All right, the first strategy that you need to do, and so many people don't do this and it drives me crazy, is you need to choose a high ticket niche, especially if you are a high paid corporate professional. Why? Precisely because you don't have that much time. And on top of that, you're gonna need to hit some pretty high income goals in order for you to transition out of your corporate career, because chances are you are making a pretty decent salary. And so with that, I'm always amazed when people get into coaching and then they're selling like $150 coaching sessions, and I'm like, but you're a doctor, you're a VP, like you make $250,000 a year plus stock options. Like, how on earth are you ever gonna be able to quit your job selling $150 coaching sessions? That's not gonna work. So one of the best ways to make sure that you are able to replace your income and to get out of your job quickly is to choose a high ticket niche. But the beauty of choosing a high ticket niche is that you can charge more per coaching package. So maybe you are in a high ticket coaching niche and you're able to charge $5,000, $7,500, even $10,000 or even $20,000. Yes, it can be done. I had a client who was a doctor who was charging $20,000 for her coaching, and people were paying it. So by virtue of you being a high paid professional, you have some insight into the challenges that other high paid professionals might be dealing with, and thus would be willing to pay a premium for. So you want to make sure that you are going into a niche that is going to allow you to command those prices. That way you only need 2, 3, maybe 4 clients a month in order to hit your income goals. So no matter what, make sure you're choosing a high ticket niche. All right, the next thing that you can do that can help you grow your coaching business while still working a demanding corporate job is you want to focus your coaching on selling support, not sessions. And I say this because when we think about one-on-one coaching, oftentimes we immediately think, okay, this has to be an 8 or 12-week program, and I'm going to offer coaching once a week, et cetera, et cetera. And we think, oh no, if I have this many clients, 4 clients, that means I'm doing coaching every evening and I'm not gonna have time after my corporate job. How do I make all of this work? The beautiful thing is that you can create some flexibility in terms of how you deliver your coaching. It doesn't always have to be a one-on-one session. In fact, I found that that's not always beneficial for clients. I know for me, when I was doing one-on-one business coaching, I found that coaching every single week or meeting them every single week was actually too much, and it wasn't giving my clients enough time to get their work done. But when I switched to bi-weekly coaching, that was actually better. But what I found has worked even better is essentially allowing ad hoc coaching sessions and just giving a support channel for the client to contact you at any time. So you might be familiar with tools like Slack or Voxer. You can create a private channel for your clients where they can drop you a voice note at any time. And so you can be working your full-time job, and then when you're done or on your lunch break, you can then respond to those voice messages, and people feel like, wow, I have this coach in my back pocket where anytime I have a issue or anytime I have something that I wanna really work through or bounce some ideas off of, I'm able to provide that to the coach. Now, obviously you will need some sessions, right? All of your coaching isn't just gonna be done, in Slack or Voxer or whatever voice messaging apps that you choose. But what I like doing is allowing the coachee to raise their hand and say, I'm ready for a session now. You would be surprised that oftentimes the coachees themselves are very busy and they don't have time for, weekly coaching calls either. And so again, if they have that Slack channel or that voice messaging channel where they can drop voice notes as needed and get direct feedback from you, they will then say, okay, I'm ready for a one-on-one call now, and they're able to schedule that ad hoc. I know it feels kind of scary because you're like, oh my goodness, what if they're gonna be scheduling calls every single day? Again, if you're working particularly in a high ticket niche, that means you're working with busy busy professionals, people who value their time more than money, trust me, they're not going to be scheduling calls every single day or even every single week with you. They might schedule a call once a month. They might schedule a call once every 2 weeks. They're going to schedule it on their own time based on what works for them. But that in combination with keeping that channel where they can send you a quick text message or a quick voice note whenever they need to, that might be all the support they need. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Do you have a demanding full-time job? Share the industry you work in the comments below. All right, the next great way to save time, or rather make time to grow your coaching business while working a full-time corporate job, is to partner. Yes, partnering is still a thing. You want to partner with other companies, maybe other coaches who are in a niche that is adjacent to you. That way you have an opportunity to meet your ideal clients without always having to be pounding the pavement all the time in your industry. I did this when I was working my full-time job. At the time when I was selling life coaching, I partnered with business coaches. And when I was selling business coaching, I partnered with life coaches. One of my greatest partnerships was actually with a finance coach. And so we did a variety of different events and live virtual workshops together. And it was beautiful because we were able to bring our joint audiences together, and we both were able to get more clients. You know, many of my clients who had worked with me in the life coaching or the business coaching respect started to work with her. And then many of the clients that worked with her in the finance coaching respect started to work with me in life and business coaching. And so really it was a win-win all around. So always ask yourself, are there opportunities for you to partner? But even if you don't know other coaches, that doesn't mean that you can't partner. There's still plenty of opportunities for you to do so. In fact, are there restaurants in your city that host maybe business meetups on a regular basis that you can partner with in making sure that your business information is provided there? In fact, I was thinking about this because I have a Rent the Runway subscription. That's how I keep up with always having different clothes and all of my different videos and my speaking engagements. It would just be way too costly for me to buy clothes all the time. So I'm a big fan of Rent the Runway, not sponsored. I just really love them. But recently in my latest Rent the Runway order, they actually had a postcard for a dating app that specifically focused on professional women. Now I am happily married. I've been married for nearly 10 years coming up this year, and I've been with my husband even longer than we've been married. We dated for several years after that. However, I have a lot of single friends, and they specifically say, oh, I'm a professional woman and it's difficult for me to meet someone who's in the same stage of life that I am in. And so on the postcard, I thought it was so clever where they offered, you know, a free month access to this particular dating app. And then they said, hey, if you're not single, go ahead and give this to a friend. And guess what? I'm gonna give this to one of my friends. So that's a perfect example of partnering with a company or an organization that already has the ear of your target market. Obviously, Rent the Runway is a fan favorite for a lot of professional and entrepreneurial women like myself, because we always have to do a lot of different events, speaking engagements. For me, I'm always creating content. And so I use Rent the Runway in order to have those clothes. However, this particular dating app recognized that people in their demographic were using Rent the Runway in order to get these clothes. And so they partnered with Rent the Runway in order to promote their particular dating app. Again, you can do the same thing with your coaching business. Ask yourself, what other companies, both locally and even online, other service providers, or there's accountants or doctors or chiropractors or Pilates instructors, like where is your target market also getting their needs met, and see if you can partner with those service professionals or organizations in order to promote your business. All right, the next way to make time for your coaching business, particularly if you work a corporate job, and I find like almost no one talks about this, but this is a really smart thing to do if you can do it, is to leverage your learning stipend. Now, I know this isn't the case for all corporate professionals, but many corporate professionals do have a learning stipend that their job provides them in order to do additional professional development. And so as you are growing your business, and I know you're interested in pivoting, that doesn't mean that you can't use your learning stipend in order to take classes and skills that, yes, would be beneficial to your company while you're still working there, but also are transferable to the business that you are looking to start, particularly in coaching. So are there professional development classes that you can be taking that, yes, would make you a better employee, but also would make you a better coach if you're looking to transition into coaching? Take a look at what your company offers. You would be amazed at how often your company will pay for you to get professional development. And not only will they pay for you to get professional development, they will often give you time. They might give you 1 or 2 hours a month for you to work on whatever professional development course or whatever it is that you signed up for on the company dime. So now you have the opportunity to learn, you have the opportunity to get this training getting paid for. And again, it will make you a better employee while you are still working for your company. But when you're ready to make that transition, you would have also kind of built your business because you would have developed skills that would be beneficial to your business as well. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you're looking to transition into a coaching business ASAP and you don't have a lot of time, then I definitely recommend that you check out my signature coaching program, The Next Big Name Coach, which is an accredited coaching certification where we can help you get your certification in as little as 90 days. So it's ultimately self-paced. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to, but the curriculum is designed to help you get an accredited coaching certification in about 12 weeks. In addition to that, after you've gotten your coaching certification, we also show you how to build your business and how to launch yourself as the next big name coach in your industry. So if you're interested to learn more about that and our process, you can click the link in the description box below to learn more and apply. And if accepted, you'll be invited to an enrollment call with my team of coordinators who will walk you through the entire process. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you are following me on both TikTok and Instagram. Yes, your girl finally got on TikTok. My username on both is CourtneyLSanders. I only have one account on both, so ignore the spammers. It's just CourtneyLSanders on both Instagram and TikTok. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.